Welcome to another episode of Alumni Spotlight, where we feature a special graduate each month and see what they're doing today. Today, we're joined with Gabby, a proud graduate of the class of 2016. It's so nice of you to join us today. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Great.
Tell us a little about your experience at Keyport High School. What was it like to be a student at that time?
So I was at Keyport High School. I actually came here for 8th grade too, which is something that was definitely different. Was 8th grade was in the high school. So I was here up until 2016, and I would say probably one of the biggest things then was it was a very community oriented type of school, which I'm sure it still is. So all the sports programs were getting a lot better at the time. Cheerleading was actually getting really big at the time. And also drama was also one of everybody's favorite things to go to. So it was definitely, it's probably a lot similar to what it is now, but I think just little aspects with it being a different group of people were probably different.
Did you do any extracurriculars?
So I was on the varsity softball team, the varsity cheerleading team, and then I was also on the first varsity volleyball team that we had here. And then I also was in my class, what's it called, the officers. So we planned the prom and did all the fundraising up until then.
Oh, that's really good. What's your job now?
So I actually graduated last week on Wednesday, and I just got my doctorate in physical therapy. So I will be starting in July as a physical therapy resident in a children's hospital working with the pediatric population.
What influenced you to become a doctor?
So for me, I actually, because I was in so many sports, especially here at Keyport High School, I got injured a lot. I was very injury prone. So I ended up going to physical therapy a couple times, and that was kind of how I learned what it was and what it involved, and it really interested me. And I thought that I was going to want to do sports because of that, but then over time I realized that I really wanted to work with a younger population. So I've kind of just found my niche with the pediatrics.
What would you consider your biggest challenge?
I would say making the transition from high school to a really vigorous curriculum. So the way I did physical therapy school, you can approach it a couple different ways. You can either just go to college, do your 4 years, and then go to grad school later, or you can do the accelerated version, which is what I did. So essentially with that one, it's about a 6-year total path, and you just jump right in. So it was a lot to go from, what I was used to a whole different world, and I also moved to a different city at the time. So I think making the adjustment was really challenging, but once I kind of got in the swing of things, it was okay.
What college did you go to?
I went to University of the Sciences, which is now St. Joe's as of today.
What would you consider your greatest accomplishment?
I would say my greatest accomplishment was getting to work with one of the patients I worked with this past year. So I had a patient who, when I first saw her, she couldn't walk at all by herself. And when she got discharged from the hospital, she actually walked out on her own. She's a little stumbly, but it was really cool to be a part of that and be able to have that influence and help somebody through that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that we haven't covered that you feel the students of Keyport High School should know about becoming a doctor?
I think it's just important to know that any of you guys could really pursue any path that you guys want, whether it's something in STEM or something like becoming a doctor or a physical therapist, or even something more creative, whether it's creative design or theater. I've had so many friends that I went to Keyport High School with take so many different routes that they're doing great in. So I think if it's something that interests you guys, whether it's something like what I'm in and you guys wanted to reach out to Ms. Cowan to talk to me some more, or you guys just want to look into different options, take the opportunity, whether it's guidance counselors, alumni, or just other teachers at the school, and really get a feel for the different things you want to try, and don't be afraid to kind of take that leap and do it.
Do you feel like Keyport High School prepared you for your career path?
I think it definitely did. I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there about going to a school like Keyport that's honestly just so small. I think that's where a lot of it stems from. My graduating class when I was here, I don't know what the numbers look like now, but there was 100 of us, and that was a huge deal. We were the biggest class that we'd seen in so long. And so many people from that class, whether it's my friends or just other people that I knew that I went to school with, are doing great. People are in the careers that they wanted, or they went that path and they were like, wait, no, I found something else that fits me so well. So I think everyone's honestly done so well, and I don't think we could have done that without Keyport High School and without so much of the guidance we got from the teachers here and the faculty and the administration here.
That is all the time we have today. The crew of TV Club would like to personally thank you for your time, which we know is so precious. Thank you so much for joining us, Gabby.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Bye.